Yes, even Kenner had its fails, and this week we're counting down the top 10 Kenner fails.
Big, not so big. Savage, Mondo.
These cute little skateboarders, with names like Bad Fart and Loaded Diaper, ticked off parents and teachers alike, who soon started to write to Kenner. Once news outlets started to pick up on the story, however, Kenner changed some of the names. This did not please CAMP, Citizens Against Mine Polluters, and soon Kenner caved in and canceled the line in late 1992. Number 9, Chuck Norris's Karate Commandos. You take one of the biggest action stars of the day and put him in toys. How can that fail? Well, it seemed to fail pretty easy. The figures were based on a cartoon series that also failed after only 5 episodes.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. Chuck Norris Super Ninja Reed Smith Chemo and other figures sold separately. New from
Number 8, Congo. After the success of Jurassic Park, Kenner and Hollywood tried to make another hit out of a Michael Crichton novel. Like the novel, the movie failed, and so did the Kenner line. As you can see here, most of the toys in the line were just retooled toys from the Jurassic Park collection. Number 7, Star Wars Droids and Ewok Collection. By 1985, the love for Star Wars was dying. Kenner had just canceled the Star Wars movie line and hoped with the Droids and Ewok cartoon they could ride the Star Wars train a little longer. However, the cartoon series and the line failed to bring back the Force, and kids were now moving on from Star Wars. Number 6, Fast Ones. Kenner hoped to cut into the growing sales of Hot Wheels and Matchbox with their own die-cast vehicle line. Each car came with its own license plate, making each car a one-of-a-kind. Kenner failed to reach kids or collectors, and the line was soon dead in its tracks. Number 5, Alien. Looking for another science fiction hit like Star Wars, Kenner signed up to make figures based on the R-rated science fiction movie Alien. A 12-inch Alien figure hit stores in 1979. However, most retailers would not carry the toy based on an R-rated movie. Therefore, the line saw little sales, and the planned figure line was canceled. Number 4, Butch, Cassidy, and Sundance, the early years, and the Real West. In 1979, Kenner attempted to make figures based on the movie Butch, Cassidy, and Sundance, the early years, a prequel to the hit 1969 movie. The movie tanked. To try and save the line, Kenner renamed the line the Real West and planned to add more Western heroes to the line. Kenner retooled the Star Wars Cantina playset into the Real West Western Cafe. However, the line could not be saved. Only the Western Cafe was released under the Real West logo. Number 3, Indiana Jones. How could a line based on a hit movie made by the guys that made Jaws and Star Wars fail? That's easy when you release the toys a year after the movie. By the time Kenner got around to releasing Indiana Jones, kids had forgotten or moved on, and it was still 2 years away from a sequel. This was a time before VHS, and keeping toys fresh on the mind of kids was a lot harder. However, LJM's Temple of Doom line and Hasbro's Indiana Jones line also failed to connect with kids, so maybe it's something about Indiana Jones. Number 2, Star Wars Micro Collection. In 1982, Kenner released his very impressive 1 1/4 inch die-cast line along with a huge marketing campaign. This was sure to be a big hit at the time when Star Wars figures were the biggest selling toys in the industry. However, they failed to connect with kids, or maybe they failed to connect with parents who didn't see a reason to shell out more money for more Star Wars toys their kids were already buying. Whatever the reason, the line was soon canceled, and planned playsets and figures for Series 2 never made it outside of Kenner. However, most people today that had these as a kid will tell you they were amazing and fun. Our number 1 Kenner fail line is yet another Star Wars line. This time it's Star Wars Star Wars large-size action figure line. Before the release of the small Star Wars figure line, this was the standard action figure size. But kids, used to their smaller, more fun Star Wars figures, failed to see the play value in these taller action figures. The line did manage to hang around for almost 2 years, and Kenner planned to release more figures in the Empire Strikes Back line. Kenner canceled the line a few months prior to the release of Empire Strikes Back. Boba Fett and IG-88 were the only Empire Strikes Back figures to get released, and only IG-88 appeared in the Empire Strikes Back box. However, retailers did not order him, therefore making him one of the rarest figures of the line.